If your mornings feel rushed, chaotic, and unproductive, then your life is already paying the price. Most people think discipline begins when they sit down to work. They think success starts when they open the laptop, enter the gym, or begin a project. But the Stoics understood something different. Your day is not won at noon. It is won in the first hour after your eyes open. The hard truth is that most people lose the battle before breakfast. The moment they wake up, they surrender. They surrender to notifications. They surrender to comfort. They surrender to distraction. Then they spend the rest of the day wondering why they feel behind. Marcus Aurelius wrote that when you wake up each morning, remind yourself that you were made to do the work of a human being, not to stay under the blankets, not to negotiate with yourself, not to chase comfort. You were made to act. And today, we are going to talk about why 99% of people fail to build discipline, why their mornings sabotage their future, and how Stoic philosophy can help you reclaim control of your life. Because the truth is simple. Own your morning, own your mind, own your life. The first hard truth. You're not tired, you are untrained. Most people tell themselves a comforting story. I'm just not a morning person. It sounds harmless, it sounds reasonable, but it is often a lie. What they call exhaustion is usually years of mental weakness disguised as personality. Think about it. When something exciting happens, people suddenly find energy. A vacation flight at 4 a.m., a championship game, an opportunity they desperately want. They jump out of bed. No struggle, no hesitation, no snooze button. Why? Because motivation temporarily overpowers resistance. The Stoics never relied on motivation. They relied on duty. Duty does not ask how you feel. Duty asks what must be done. Marcus Aurelius did not wake up every day feeling inspired. No great leader does. The difference is that disciplined people stop negotiating with themselves. Every morning you argue with your alarm clock, you are training weakness. Every morning you delay action. You teach your brain that comfort comes before responsibility. And eventually that lesson spreads into every area of life. The gym becomes optional. The work becomes optional. The goals become optional. Your future becomes optional. Discipline begins when excuses end. The moment you stop asking yourself whether you feel like doing something and simply do it, you become dangerous. Because now, your actions are no longer controlled by emotion. They are controlled by principle. The second hard truth. Your phone is stealing your life. Imagine waking up and immediately handing a stranger control of your thoughts. Sounds ridiculous. Yet millions of people do exactly that every morning. The first thing they touch is their phone. Before they speak to themselves, before they organize their priorities, before they choose their direction, they allow social media, news feeds, notifications, and endless noise to decide what enters their mind. The Stoics believed that the mind was a fortress. A fortress is not left unguarded. A fortress does not allow every visitor through the gate. Yet modern people wake up and throw the gate wide open. They consume information before establishing intention. And then they wonder why they feel anxious, distracted, and overwhelmed. The first hour of your morning determines the quality of your attention. And attention is your most valuable resource. Where attention goes, life follows. If your attention belongs to social media, your life will follow social media. If your attention belongs to discipline, your life will follow discipline. Ask yourself a simple question. Who owns the first hour of your day? You or your phone? Because one of them is in control, and only one of them is building your future. The third hard truth. Comfort is a slow poison. Comfort feels harmless. That is why it is so dangerous. Nobody destroys their future overnight. It happens gradually. One skipped workout, one extra hour of sleep, one postponed goal, one excuse, then another, then another. Comfort whispers. It never screams. It says, "You can start tomorrow. You deserve a break. One more day won't matter. But years later, people wake up trapped inside a life they never intended to build. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort for a reason. They understood that strength is forged through resistance. Muscles grow through resistance. Character grows through resistance. Discipline grows through resistance. Every morning presents a choice: comfort or growth, ease or progress, weakness or strength. The choice seems small in the moment, but repeated daily, it becomes destiny. You become what you repeatedly choose, not occasionally, not when motivated, repeatedly. The person who chooses discomfort today gains freedom tomorrow. The person who chooses comfort today often sacrifices freedom tomorrow. That is the hidden cost nobody talks about. If this message resonates with you, subscribe and join this journey. Every day we study Stoic wisdom, discipline, and mental strength. Not because it's easy, but because a strong mind is built one day at a time. Now let's continue. The Stoic Morning Framework. If you want to transform your mornings, start with these 3 Stoic habits. Habit number 1, rise immediately. No negotiations, no debates, no snooze button. When the alarm sounds, move. The faster you act, the less power resistance has. Habit number 2, protect the first hour. No social media, no endless scrolling. Use that hour to think, read, plan, exercise, or reflect. Guard it like treasure, because it is. Habit number 3, remember your purpose. Every morning, ask yourself, what kind of person will I be today? Not what will happen, not what others will do. What will you do? The Stoics focused on what they controlled, their choices, their actions, their character. That is where your power lives. Not in circumstances, not in luck, not in motivation, in action, repeated action, daily action, relentless action. Conclusion. Here's the hard truth. 99% of people will hear these words and change nothing. Tomorrow they will hit snooze. Tomorrow they will scroll. Tomorrow they will choose comfort. And next year they will wonder why their life looks exactly the same. But a small percentage will decide differently. A small percentage will rise when they do not feel like rising. They will act when they do not feel motivated. They will choose discipline over comfort. And over time, those small choices will create extraordinary results. The Stoics knew that greatness is never built in a single moment. It is built in thousands of ordinary mornings, one choice at a time, one action at a time, one sunrise at a time. So tomorrow morning when the alarm sounds, remember this: your future is waiting on the other side of that decision. Most people will fail. Will you? If you're committed to becoming part of the 1%, comment, I own my morning. And remember, own your morning, own your mind, own your life.